great bird's eye view of the arena here in Houston, Texas. We've got a full house of rabid Rocket fans packed into the arena here in Houston, Texas. It'll be the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors facing the Houston Rockets. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Now Golden State's starting five. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Rush in at the three, the small forward. You think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden third overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreke Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
Beverly dishes to Harden. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. On defense, Houston. Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Curry's got the first basket of the game for the Warriors.
And, you know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract. But it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Now here's Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got 5.
And guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
And here's Harden after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Harden outside. Ariza has the open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Ariza's got himself on the board with 3 there. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Puts it up from 17. Curry can't get it to go.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Here's Ariza. And another 3 for Houston.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, obviously he knows his team has the mental edge tonight after winning the first 3 matchups with this particular team. So he wants his guys. To go out and make the most of it by attacking them on offense. He said, as I see it, they are back on their heels and lacking confidence. We just need to push the issue and force them to beat us, not wait and react. Guys?
Okay, Doris, thanks. So they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today, guys.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm sure they're not going to ignore their duties at the defensive end, but getting their offense rolling has to be a main concern.
And I think that's exactly the focus. I mean, if they operate as efficiently as they're capable of, defense really won't be as much of an issue because they'll have so many points on the board.
Harden the pass to Capella. He kicks to Beverly. Shot clock at 5. The dish now to Harden. 3-pointer. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Some changes for Golden State. Vasili's checked in for Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush. Thompson against Harden. Iguodala's drive. And that one's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Harden outside. Shoots from 12. No good. Good D by Thompson.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Here's Thompson. Drops in the breakaway layup. Thompson's got his first points in this one.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates checked in for Draymond Green. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Now, here is Harden. Five to shoot. The Rockets again can't hit. You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Here is Harden. The Warriors making the shot. They need this. And the layup is up and in. Harden's got 6 points.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Iguodala. James Harden picking up that last basket. Spates sets a screen. Here's Barbosa. It's rebounded by Houston. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
And you know, Greg, in that blowout loss that you were alluding to, it was the turnover that really did them in. You can't give possessions away like that.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks.
I tell you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Warriors lead by 4. And don't. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but
basketball, this is my path.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's at.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Iguodala in at the small forward position.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that. But I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Here's Green. The Rockets pull it in. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
Curry against Lawson. Green, the screen. The drive by Thompson. Bogut. And stolen by Lawson. Now the feed to Harden. Here's Rush. And it's sent back by Howard. Lawson outside. Howard against Green. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and L.A. that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
Jason Terry. He's checked in for Ty Lawson. And it seems, Greg, that, you know, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin? Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
Curry kicks to Green. Shot to stop the run. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Harden kicks to Terry. Harden dishes to Terry. On the wing, Harden. 6 to shoot. Green with the block. Terry against Curry. Here's Thompson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Right block shot. In deep. Ariza drops it in. Ariza's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Green kicks to Rush. Pass to Thompson. The drive by Green. Some nice passing by Golden State.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
no.
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Outside Curry. Plenty of space. And Leandro Barbosa, the bucket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Beverly against Curry. And Beverly kicks to Thornton. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Dwight Howard.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Azili gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 3.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. That's tipped. And Leandro Barbosa again. Now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Howard in the post. He's against Azili.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
The foul called on Festus Azili. That's his first foul. Rockets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Now Beverly. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Feeds to Ariza for the three. Offensive rebound. 1 second left. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far.
Thank you, Kevin.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 10 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
How about Steph Curry in this one? 10 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Terrence Jones out there with Montejunas. Then it's Thornton. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play. so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. So he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
James Harden, he's checked in for Marcus Thornton.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
Jones, the pass to Beverly. Here's Harden on the wing. The Warriors pull it in.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure. And with Curry and the MVP, there was some pressure with Harden. Relatively close voting, but Curry was the clear winner. Hard to argue with the season he had leading his team.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
good try.
In a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Here's Harden. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
The Rockets making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
Curry, good. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Warriors in Oakland. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Thompson against Ariza. Green, the screen. Thompson for the triple. Can't hit. Good D by Ariza.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Harden with it. 17 points in the game. Houston moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. Houston shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. The first one falls. And the Warriors with some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back. Late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke. How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Timeout charge to Houston.
Get out of here, Houston!
I don't want us taking shots with hands in our faces. Move the ball. Move the ball. Spread their defense and get our shooters some clean looks. Tighten up.
7'6" wingspan. 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gift, watch out. Watch out.
Ty Lawson, he's checked in for the Rockets. Spates checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. There's the pick. Harden has a wide open look. It's good. This game is all even. Harden's got 20 points.
And a footnote to Ezeli, one of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
For Houston, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. And he can't get the first one. So he can't get either to fall. Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Iguodala, right side. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
It's Harden with the drive. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's going to be on Leandro Barbosa.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
.111 left here on the third quarter. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Harden kicks to Lawson. Back to Harden.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Pass to Livingston. Just 5 on the clock. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Now, here is Harden. 24 points for him. Capella kicks to Harden. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Livingston kicks to Spates. And it's sent back by Howard. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Rush in at the small forward. Outside Curry. Lets it go from the wing. Can't get it to go. He's made 4 and just missed his 4th.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
That gives them the lead. Beverly's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Houston. Inside, here's Bogut, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And Beverly kicks to Howard. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
And he gets it to go.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Here's Harden. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Harden's got 18 points now here in the second half. The Warriors trail.
It's this simple, guys. No rebounds.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverley, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
You know, talking about Beverly, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverly's toughness on defense particularly.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend. And going back
on the defensive end, I want some
his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
Capella kicks to Harden, and he banks in the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for Houston.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Howard with it, guarded now by Andrew Bogut. Harden outside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Warriors trail by 6. Outside Curry. Screen by Bogut. Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State. Rush's shot is off. Rockets leading by 6. Here's Beverly. Screen by Howard. Harden with the screen on Bogut. Howard dishes to Capella. Kicks it out to Ariza. On the wing, Harden. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now an 8-point Houston lead.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. And again, no good by Golden State.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Harden against Thompson. And here's Harden. Just 4 to shoot. They set the pick. Jumper off the screen. Here's Capella. Now Harden. Dishes to Capella. Back to Harden. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Harden's got 10 points in the quarter.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Rockets.
Right, Steve, and they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, Clark, for them throughout this game.
No opportunity really to coast, although the score may appear that they did. I love the way they came together whenever things started to look bleak.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James Harden. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Beverly, the pass to Harden. Good D by Thompson.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Green. Off the mark, and the drought continues. And it's Houston's ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Kicks it to Beverly. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Howard. Stolen by Thompson. From deep. Off target with that shot. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home.
Yes, gentlemen, I'm here with you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love. A player that...
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings.
Let's meet them.
The Rockets are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. The Timberwolves hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. They've put it all together over the course of their last 7 games. They've only had 1 loss over that span.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they've got to be thrilled with the way this season has started for them. They've already got some big wins under their belt and definitely... a confidence booster.
And, you know, I think it was important for them to get off to this sort of start. I mean, they had to prove themselves early that they were going to be able to compete with the big fellas, and they've done that.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Here's Thornton. Nice spin off the left rim and in. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against Milwaukee.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Listen, guys, James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA. Arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
Now, here's Thornton. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And Towns gets it to go.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Kicks to Beverly. Pass to Modiunas. There's the 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined 3-pointer made and 3-point makes created with a pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
Now, here's Ariza, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Harden with it, guarded now by Rubio. Here's Howard, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And it's Rubio penetrating. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Modiunas.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Levine's checked in, and then for Houston, Capella's checked in, and it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Harden. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Celtics in Boston. Shot clock at 6, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And back to Ricky Rubio for a moment. He certainly is the hub of what this team does, averaging over 8 assists a game for his career through last season. If he can stay healthy, gain some weight, this is a guy to watch.
It really is. And listen, they're also built now for him because they got those great athletic wings. And if he can shoot it a little bit better, I mean, I think he's going to have more opportunities to spread the floor and drive and make plays. And for his first 4 seasons in the league, never hit over 38%. That's not going to get it done at the highest level.
Muhammad, he's checked in for the Houston also making some changes. Jones checked in for Montezumas, and Corey Brewers subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Towns. Second in field goal percentage, third in free throw shooting. And he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And you mentioned it. I mean, one of the top shooters in the league, quick trigger with just just a little better footwork. Boy, I tell you what, he could even move higher up the rank.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic. Is checked in for Towns, and Martin subbed in for Wiggins. And here are the Rockets now after the basket by Minnesota. Harden kicks to Capella, trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year-3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Well, looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
For Minnesota, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Here's Levine. That's tipped. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Capella. Josh Smith. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Chang, a screen. Dishes it to Levine. Clock at 6 to the middle. And Jones sends it back. They retain possession. Brewer with the ball. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Buries it from three-point range. Harden's got 10 points.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whom.
All right, target center coming out of the court now. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career. Kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
Trevor Ariza, for 3.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Minnesota, Anthony Towns and Pekovic are up front. Thornton out there with Levine, and it's Muhammad in at the 3. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Hey, for Zach Levine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
And for Levine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Towns, and the layup's good off the glass. Towns has got his second basket.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Levine. Howard kicks to Capella and stolen by Pekovic. Rubio outside. Passes to Thornton. Towns sets the pick for Thornton. The three. And the shot is good. Thornton's got his second bucket of the night.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
Monty Eunice is checked in for the Rockets. Down low, got a piece of it, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Moving it up. Count it in the Houston League. Been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Andrew Wiggins.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Reeves the dishes to Brewer. Sinks the three-pointer. Brewer's got 6.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
From 18 feet away, it'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Wiggins.
And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground.
Beverly against Rubio. Pass to Ariza. From outside the arc. Cannot hit. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
And guys, I, for one, can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injury. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Clark, last season we saw Monty Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in the scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Martin subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Capella. Smith comes in for Monty Eunice. James Harden, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverly. And stolen by Lawson. Here we go, all alone. The finish, and Ariza with the stuff.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively.
Any buckets, that's a nice lead.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut.
The clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Martin against Harden. Shoots from the block. And here's Rubio. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half comes to a close. We've got it.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 10 points and 1 steal. Kenny. And that'll do it for now. Kevin Harlan has the call.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clarkie's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free rein.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now here's Harden. 12 points for him. His three-pointer's off the mark. Rubio outside, and there's the feed to Wiggins. Chang the pass to Towns. The Rockets pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And guys, the wheels really fell off the game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Towns. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Harden kicks to Moniunas. Back to Harden. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
On the topic of Thornton break last season, he wasn't all bad. He did hit a career-high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
Houston making a switch. Capella's checked in. Harden outside. There's a screen. He kicks to Howard. Back to Harden. Howard down the chance.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Timberwolves trail by 7.
Timeout call.
Minnesota calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Muhammad is checked in for Minnesota. And the best of good.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Here is Harden. He's got 16. Howard with this screen on Wiggins. Harden dishes to Howard. Comes up empty off the pick.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
1:31 left in the third quarter. From deep, Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Now the dish to Jang. Unloads from 13. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage. And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
Minnesota making a switch here. Towns is checked in. Terrence Jones is checked in for Houston. Reza comes in for Montiunas. Lawson has the open look. Another miss by Houston.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. As a matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want. This will keep it all tight.
Harden kicks to Lawson. Back to Harden. And he dunks it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Zhang the pass to Rubio. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rubio's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And, Greg, I've got to admit to you, I mean, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. They've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
Rubio against Lawson. It's Harden with the drive.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
And no good trying to get that one. And we wrap up.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. And that game is the second of two straight at home. Zhang is out there with Towns. Then it's Ricky Rubio. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Thornton in at the shooting guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Rockets trail. Now Harden. He feeds it to Beverly. Back to Harden.
Into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Andrew Wiggins, who's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And a switch here also for Houston. Montiunas is checked in, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year, Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin. You saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
And Beverly kicks.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Here's Thornton. Up and in on the layup. Thornton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Harden with it. Down low. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 26 points for James Harden.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one.
Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, during that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team. He told his squad, listen, guys, it's close. It's about execution here. If we do that, I like our chances. No hero ball, just trust each other and make the simple play. Kevin?
And some nice passing there by Houston. Reeves it dishes to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. Harden, and it's Houston with another.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Timberwolves have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And it's sent back by Howard. Jang against Ariza. Back to Harden. And it's Marcus Thornton with the foul.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Minnesota.
2 minutes remaining.
1:57 left in the game. Feeds it to Howard. And stolen by Jang. Here's Wiggins. Shot's good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
Screen by Howard. And Beverly kicks to Ariza. Offline with his three. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Thornton. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're losing by 6. 1:25 left here in the fourth quarter. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Harden the pass to Beverly. To the right side. On the wing, Harden. Lets it go from 14. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. Three-point play chance here.
Harden doing it all. He's got 30 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Left in the game. And Thornton kicks to Towns. And it's sent back by Howard. And he recovers it. They recover it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is. Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Levine kicks to Thornton. Here's Levine, defended by Beverly. Here's Ariza. Connects! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Thornton. Sinks it.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Harden outside. Beverly dishes to Harden.
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
And that's an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead.